All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Pod with Hadyn Paszkiewicz. You guys have been crushing it. I was actually just talking off camera with Cole about it, how like my expectations are completely blown out of the water for how well you guys have been, interacting with the podcast, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere. But my guest today is one of my oldest friends, and that's because he's my cousin. And he's a pretty interesting guy. He does a lot of, cool things that like are non-traditional. And I feel like we're gonna have a really good conversation. So without further ado, we got Cole over here. And Cole, I don't know if you've watched too many of these podcasts, but how I like to start these is I normally ask a pretty compelling question just to get the juices flowing, bro. So if money was no object, how would you live your life?
I feel like that's a good question that probably most people are gonna answer maybe in the same way, and that's probably just living life with like little to no worry and just do what you love. I mean, some people are out there doing stuff that they don't love, or just because they have to do it, or just because somebody's telling them to do it. But yeah, if money was not an object, then yeah, I'd be living.
What would you do?
Bro, traveling for sure, bro. Travel is like one of the main things that I haven't done since I was like younger, I feel like, and I think it's a good thing to do. It's healthy for the mind, like opens your mind up, lets you see different things in like different areas. So like around here, we're used to like, you know, crappy weather where it's always raining, like
Yeah.
worrying about flood zone and this and that, and then like you might go somewhere else and it just be completely different. Like I've traveled to a couple different cities before, in Los Angeles, New York, Miami and stuff like that. So it's cool to see that. I think one of the bucket list things is I have on mine is just to leave the country. So
Oh, you never left the country yet?
Nah, yeah, I got to get that passport.
I was gonna say,
I got to get that blue slip so I can
Yeah.
get out of here. But
So do you have like a goal country that you'd be wanting to visit?
uh,
Obviously, you got to go to Mexico first. I'm sure you're someone who would want to go to Mexico.
man, to be honest, I mean, with just everything that everybody always hears about and that we read about and talk about like on the internet and stuff like that, like I really don't have no interest being in Mexico, but
Oh yeah, no, me neither.
no,
bro.
not at all. But any like Ireland, I think my family history book relocates back to Ireland like in the late like 17s.
Mhm.
So that would be a cool place to start off with and just visiting. I know there's probably a couple different with mom and dad being in the picture, but a couple different branches of blood where it retracts back to. But
So you'd want to chase after kind of family history.
yeah, like at least just go see what it's all about over there and like where we came from, because like at some point there was people like us doing what we do over there, or, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, going overseas, and I've only been to Italy, but
Yeah, you left the country.
it's pretty cool to see how things are there compared to how they are in the United States. Like, first of all, there's way older things there. Like it took forever for like Europeans and European style architecture to reach the US. So the things you see there, it's like mind blowing how
Compared to here.
yeah,
Yeah,
like there's
like,
things there's literally like structures that are thousands of years old. Like that's such a hard concept
It's
to
really like wild if you think about it, because like where in America, where in America can you go and see, like you said, like 1,000-year-old building or whatever it may
You
be,
can't.
like you can't. So,
Yeah.
I mean, people like, you might have somebody that can argue with it or argue that with you, but I don't think.
I mean, the closest thing that you're gonna find to that in the U.S. is like stuff that you're gonna see in museums, like fossils and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. Like there's definitely history
Yeah.
in the U.S. that's like that old,
Unknown,
but it's not
yeah.
like human history. You know?
Absolutely. No, I agree.
Yeah. But man, I would figure you'd want to go to like some sort of, just being as like you're into like the shoes and fashion stuff. I'd figure you'd want to go to like some Asian country, man.
No, yeah, Tokyo would be lit, like somewhere over there. I mean, I don't even like, now that we're out of school and stuff like that, bro, I just really don't even like ever like generally look at the map and like be like, oh yeah, I want to go here or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if it ever comes across it and I'm just like scrolling across the globe or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, this probably be a pretty dope place to go to. But
Yeah,
yeah,
there's their shoe culture
is insane over there. It is
Yeah.
very insane. And a lot of actually like a lot of the people that do like what I do, the reselling and stuff like that, they actually I mean you can buy shoes in America, but I've heard that there's like some really, really good like prices over there in
Yeah, because the factory's close, and
yeah,
then it's
absolutely.
just like us. I forget what the term. You probably know it. It's basically like where you have a shoe plug who works at the store.
Oh yeah, like kind of like a back door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you backdooring, that's
Yeah.
what it's called.
No,
So
yeah,
like, you can backdoor the factory, bro.
yeah, nah,
When
yeah.
you're
If you're over
there.
there, I would only imagine that the numbers you can do with it because I mean I haven't even gotten to that point into the reselling stuff and like all that, but there is people out there that are in Houston. I know plenty of locals that are in Houston and they're backdooring 100 pairs, like the military blues that just came out a couple days ago. They're backdooring 100 pairs of them, 200, 300. I mean, how many ever they think they can move or they need. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll get it.
Yeah. So I don't think I've ever asked you this, but how did you get into the whole like resale? Because you don't do just shoes. I've noticed like every now and then you'll do
Yeah,
like some
like some
clothes.
clothes and stuff. Like honestly, bro, shoes have been one of my things that I kind of got into. I guess growing up slowly but surely, I would have friends that come to school with some some hot stuff on or whatever, and I'd be like, where'd you get those, or how'd you get those, or whatever it may be. And back then, like this is '09, 2010, somewhere around there, that I started getting into it.
Oh damn! So you've been doing it that long,
Oh,
or
yeah.
you've been like
Yeah, I've been into the
fascinated?
hobby for sure, but like I was never able to afford any of this stuff because just growing up with the single mom and stuff like that, like it was like it was hard to get into that type of stuff until I was able to grab some cash and invest into it. But honestly, I got into it after I think it was like right in during COVID, like whenever they started issuing the
What the stimmies?
yeah, the old stimmies, bro.
Yeah.
People were, man, the market was crazy. And I know that any other reseller that watches this video could probably agree with me. The market was absolutely just insane. Like, I
And
mean,
in
we
what
were
terms?
like money, like the margins wise, like
So they were reselling higher.
very, very high during COVID
that's
because everybody
ridiculous.
had money. Like right now, if you think about it, bro, people are broke.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's like times are tough. I get that, but like, dude, people don't have extra money to spend right now at all.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like almost like,
So has it affected your business? Like,
yeah, like absolutely. Like you can definitely notice like the trend, like if you, of course, you just go back a couple years, like where COVID was like prime time and everybody was like scared and in the house and like mask on and
Yeah.
stimulus check in my pocket. Like, you can definitely notice the difference. Like, just the volume of what you're able to do, and then your margins. Like my margins have slimmed because I mean, also over time, like over the past like 2 or 3 years, there's been so many people just hop into the game and be like, yeah, I'm gonna resell or I'm gonna do this or and I'm gonna do that. And that's cool. I mean,
See, the thing about that though is like I've talked about it with like other friends and stuff, basically about like any area that you go into, if you don't have love for that area, like if you're just chasing money,
no, it's not gonna.
it's gonna fall through. So like
If it's not
one,
something you love, like you said, man, it's just
yeah. So do you remember what your first sale was, or like do you?
yeah. Honestly, I remember because, like I said, at one point there was like a time where I didn't have much money at all. So like it was like if you don't have money in the shoe game, I mean, it's hard to make some money because you got to have some money to be able to buy some shoes and then dump them off.
Yeah.
But I got into it, and then I remember I just started slowly buying the releases off a line, off the internet, like when they would come out, and I would always keep up with it in like Discords and Twitter group messages and all types of stuff. So it kind of helps you like stay on top of it.
Oh, so you're in it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I could definitely be a little bit more dialed in, like as far as like the marketing thing goes, and like merch and a storefront possibly, but the overhead and stuff like that is just kind of like, especially like where I'm from. So like how it goes. And then out here, I mean, shoot, I know store owners out here that are probably paying like $6,000-7,000 a month on overhead, and that's just
Yeah.
crazy to me. But yeah, I got into it, and then I had ended up buying. I mean, I got up to like 30 or 35 pairs just from off of like the websites. Like I said, just keep them up.
So
with
you
it.
were ordering 30
Yep.
pairs of shoes?
Well, it wasn't at one time. So like I said, I kind of jumped into it and then would buy like one or two here that I knew that would do well money wise, or that I could get a return of income on, that made sense. And then I would do it again like a week later, And then at some point it got to the 30 or 35 pairs, and I just was sitting on them. And then actually the 409 Vault hosted the first sneaker exchange over in Beaumont, and that was probably 2021, I want to say.
Yeah.
And that was the first event that I ever really went to, and I think I had about 30 to 34 pairs. And I remember I bought 3 of them when I walked in the door. Like, somebody was like trying to sell me some pairs, and I was like, screw it, I'm good price, so just throw them on the table.
Yeah.
And so I had like 37 pairs, and I remember at the end of the day I didn't have a single pair left, and that's when I knew that just like, well, it just gave me like the, I don't know, like what I could do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had just hopped into it, and everybody knew that I was like always into shoes, but like I said, I never invested in them to them like that.
So what were your like target types of shoes? Like
So like Target shoes, as far as let's say like back then, like really almost this is how crazy it was. And then like I mean, I'm shocked that I'm even saying this, but I could really grab any SKU that like come out to the public, and I could make money on it. Now you have to be selective in like what you buy. Like, don't go buy, some stuff that's just, is just sitting on the shelf or anything like that. Like, you want to buy something that it's not going to be dropped. They're not going to drop in 1 million pairs of, or they're not dropping 500,000 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Like, I came across, I think whenever I first got into it, actually I didn't get the access, but my buddy of mine that was helping me out.
Yeah.
Shout out Jeremiah. He actually got exclusive access on a pair of the Fragment Travises, and I was gonna.
That was a
Yeah, it was a mega hit for sure. Because I mean, the retail was like 150, and then I sold them for like 14. So I mean, it's just like stuff like that. Like, and your margins aren't always that big, man. It's like
never.
You're just I have shoes that I lose on, and then I have shoes that I win on. So like, and then also like when I was a little rook in the game and stuff like that a couple years ago, I mean, I bought into some stuff that as well like dwindled down price wise. So like you'll just have to eat it and just keep going. I mean, there's no really like stopping. Like you said, like if you don't love it, then you might find yourself being like, oh, I'm gonna just get out of it.
Has there ever been a time where you were like, man, fuck this?
No, not really. Not really at all, bro. Because like I said, it's hard to be like that whenever you've got some passion for what you love, like for the shoes and just the hobby. I like seeing people happy, bro. Like, so if I can source a shoe for a customer that that obviously they can't get their hands on, and they're happy, then I'm happy. And it can be me making $50. It could be me even not even making $1. I mean, just for me to be able to source the shoe for you, and then you get something on your feet. Because I was that dude at one point in my life where I was like, and I still do. It's rare that I have a box come in.
Hold on 1 second.
No, but no, it's definitely rare that I have like a box come in and I still get excited about. But like that just comes with how many shoes I see.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get excited over a lot of shoes anymore. But at some point in my life, there was like every box that was coming in, I was like, oh, what is this? What is this? And I still get excited. I'm sitting here talking like I don't, but
So are there any pairs right now that you're like kind of looking forward to?
To be honest, here lately I haven't even been on top of it like I should have. But the military blue 4s that just came out, they did pretty well, and they were projected to do pretty well. They did release like 1 million pairs of them, so that kind of like dwindles your margins a little bit, because it's probably it's gonna sit around retail for a while, and then the price of them will eventually stagger and go upwards, I believe. Like, I mean, they're probably sitting at about 240, 245, 250 right now, and I would say it's gonna take a year, because the last time we seen the military blues released, bro, was 2012. So I mean, if you think
that was middle school for me.
Yeah, middle school for me. I think I was 6th grade, bro. I'm going into 6th grade, but yeah, 2012, and then you think of like all the Jordan heads and sneaker heads and just like people that were really into the Jordans, and they've been waiting on this release for 12 years. So I was always like, whenever I seen this shoe coming out, I was like, you know what, hey, we definitely got to dial in on this one, because I just feel like it's gonna be a good one to move. And sure enough, bro, I think I probably bought like 30 pairs of those military blues at probably an average of like 240.
So how do you
per pair?
How do you go about getting that many pairs? Because I remember when when I was kind of into shoes, like it was raffle based.
Yeah,
right?
no,
So,
yeah, it's still raffle based, bro. So,
so
like,
you got 30 raffle
no,
tickets?
no, correctly. Unfortunately, I cannot. Like, there's no way that like if I was out here in Houston, I could go by the JD Sports and just every other little like Foot Locker store that they have and put in the raffles on the shoes that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But it almost isn't worth it for me because I'm driving from, you know, what I mean, I'm driving from Orange. That's over 2.5 hours or 2 hours out here, and then
Yeah.
you got to drive around all day because I've done it before. Like
Yeah.
I've driven around Houston for like certain releases and stuff like that. It's an all day thing, bro. It definitely could be exhausting, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like back to what we was talking about earlier, bro. It's just trusting the process and like you know don't really know what you might do with it right now. Just you know, the love for it might take you where you know think you might go.
Yeah. So has there been anything else that you thought you might do other than like shoes and
Yeah, man. Honestly, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, just because I like feel like there's a lot of signs that God has been giving me lately. It just shoot sales, bro. Anything to do with sales, man. I feel like I can.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
feel like
say that'd be a good little transition for you.
yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like I could conversate like with professionals to all the way to people that don't. You know what I mean? Like I can conversate with
Yeah.
anybody, like and still like get the point through and just get to where we need to go. You know what I'm saying? So like I've always had the thought of sales and stuff like that, and of course where I'm from, like operator stuff like that. But I really don't want to jump into plants and just be like, oh yeah, I'm working 6 12s a week, like,
Yeah.
and then don't see your 401k till you're 66 and.
You want the money right now.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to get that right now so I
Yeah.
can go in
And
and enjoy it.
Dude, that's something that
and honestly, like if you just you know play your cards right, I mean you might be able to do that before 60. You might be able to do it at 50. I mean you like I don't know, just grind hard now. That way you might be able to chill for you know and retire a little bit early.
Yeah, except for now, so you can chill later.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the term that a lot of people use for that is it's called like delayed gratification.
Yeah, bro. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
a really good one. I actually
Yeah.
put that on Facebook a long time ago.
yeah, yeah, and people
My
people
pops
don't-
had told me about it.
yeah, people don't realize like success. I mean, for some people it might like every once in a while you're gonna hit a gold mine with something like whether it's the people who figured out crypto and stuff like that, like where you're gonna legit have success overnight, but then a lot of the time, majority of the time, you're gonna see that it's gonna take years.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's I mean, you just got to look at you know, the athletes that we look up to and stuff like that. Like it took Brady years to get to where he was at and, you know, 7 rings later and at end of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, look at LeBron. It's a process with wherever you want to go. And
Yeah, I think the only difference with LeBron though is like he was a hot commodity right out the gate.
right out the gate. Yeah.
Brady-
Brady was somebody who was, you know, warming up the bench. I think it was for behind Bledsoe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
and
it
then
it took him a little while. Yeah, and I mean even then, I mean I wasn't really
no, yeah,
cognitive
me and you were definitely that was past our time or before our times, but
yeah. So I can't really attest to whether or not people were riding the Brady hype.
yeah, me neither.
Because I know he did come in when Drew got hurt and
Yeah, was it 01?
was phenomenal, right? 01, I'm 3 years old, bro. Like
Yeah, I was too, bro.
yeah, I'm not gonna.
And I ain't gonna lie, I've watched like just being a guy and into sports and just the love and passion I do have for like being a competitor and stuff like that. Like I feel like I've done so much sport research and stuff like that I can almost talk about it and actually like relate to it now. But like still, like you said, like it's way before our time. Like I can't be like, oh yeah, you know, everybody the Brady hype was real and stuff like that because
I have no way of knowing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Just because YouTube or the internet may say so, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, watching highlights is one thing, but actually feeling it like when it happens
Live,
is
yeah. No, it's
completely different.
it's
Like,
definitely completely different.
so out of all of our cousins, you're the only one who played basketball. Do you think like the basketball culture kind of led you into the shoe stuff, or
Yeah,
And I know
it
we've been
definitely had something to do with it. Probably every bit of 50%.
Yeah.
Because just growing up, like my mom or dad, you know, get ready for season or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, let's go get you a pair of basketball shoes, or let's go get you a pair of shoes, couple pairs of shoes, whether it was
Yeah.
school shoes or basketball shoes." But yeah, absolutely, basketball definitely had something to do with it. I feel like feel like with basketball, there's just a little bit of swagger that goes into it, and that's what I feel
Yeah.
like I liked it, and as well as any other sport too.
So did you have a preference of shoes that you like to hoop in?
Honestly,
I liked Kobe's.
I was just fixing to say that, but I just didn't know. I didn't want everybody to be like, oh yeah, he's just one of those people that says that because he passed or whatever, whatnot. But
Nah,
R.I.P.
dude.
Bean. Yeah, definitely missed that dude for sure. What a true competitor, and just like show you what it takes to really get the job done. Like
Absolutely.
loyalty, the grit, the grind. I mean, he did it all.
Yeah, he was the epitome of
Yeah,
of
he was.
grind.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, stuck with LA for what 19 or 16 seasons it was, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
What
I
didn't
don't.
he do like 1,000 shots every
Yeah,
morning?
there was some crazy stat work, and there still is. I mean, you go on the internet and I don't know. I'm sure you scroll up and down the internet a few times. Like, have you been seeing the sport podcast where somebody will tell a story about Kobe Bryant, and it's like there's some crazy funny ones, and then there's some crazy like serious ones.
Yeah.
I
My
wish
dad
I
and
could
I
like
talked
have it on the
about.
top of my mind right now, but I think it's Matt Barnes that tells a really good one about Kobe, and was saying like he was just calling them all soft in the locker room and stuff like that. Like he was somebody that's he's gonna hold you accountable. Like you need somebody on your team like that, like every single year in and out.
Yeah,
But if you want to be super successful, like
yeah, you got to have the one hard ass.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely. And Kobe Bryant had to be that guy. Like out of
Yeah.
everybody on that Los Angeles squad, I think he was just
So you like to
crazy.
hoop in Kobe's as well?
Love Kobe's. I mean, I'm not like biased to anything. I've hooped in the KDs. I've hooped in just about everything that's. I feel like everything that was like in the past, like Kobe's. We had the KDs. There was LeBrons. I mean, D Rose even had a couple Adidas shoes, and
I don't think I want to hoop in no D Rose, bro. I don't want to, dude. I remember right after he got his signature shoes when he blew out his
blew
knee
out his thing
for the first time, dude.
Yeah, blew his ACL out, and
Dude,
that was just
I don't know if you remember,
that was
but,
it for him.
but athletes were starting to like boycott Adidas like right after. Then they were like, dude, it has to be the shoes.
Checks over stripes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, everybody started saying that checks over stripes, but nah, I mean, I'm not biased to Nike or Adidas or anything. I'm open to trying like different stuff. I definitely like trying them all because you never know what's going to work for you, and
Yeah.
different things work for different people.
That's how it was for me with when I got into running. Like I went through several different types of shoes before I found the one that like really
What
worked.
are you running now? Like, is it Asics or is it Saucony?
So
or
I
what?
started with a brand called Hoka, which is
Oh yeah, I've heard of
arguably-
that.
Yeah, they're right
I've-
now.
I'm kind of out of the loop on like running and shoes and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but I remember Saucony and like Asics whenever my pops was trying to get me into
Yeah.
going and like, oh, we're gonna run a half marathon next week.
Yeah. So I started with Hoka, and I didn't know any better, right? So like I had shin splints, like all that stuff. And then I switched over to a different pair of Hokas. So I had the Hoka Rincon 3s is what I started with because I had seen like some influencer running in Hoka Rincon 3s.
Yeah, just like I had to give
It's
them a
just-
shot.
Yeah, it's just like anyone else. Like
no, straight up.
same thing with like I don't know if you remember the crazy ass Cam Newton football cleats that went like halfway up your leg.
Yes, like they kind of were like the Kobe Bryant nines,
Dude,
high
bro.
top nines, dude. The nines came up to like
So,
mid calf.
right after those came out, everyone was rocking the Cam Newtons.
Man, you had to give them a chance.
And you
Superman.
know that, and you know those hoes sucked. But
Superman, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta give it a try.
so that's how it was for me. Like I saw someone I was interested in wearing those, and then I tried them. They fucked up my feet and my shins. And then the more I got into running, the more I started to learn how your shoes need to be and like how you're supposed to feel.
yeah,
after.
not what's so cool and
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
so
that.
I gravitated over to Saucony, and I run in the Endorphin Speed 3s, which mind you, I haven't ran in like 4 months because I took a little hiatus after my half marathon. But yeah, dude, that shit is super crucial. But is it the same way with like basketball shoes?
Yeah, like certain shoes definitely like are more narrow than others. I'm sure that's something that can happen with the running shoes. Like I do know like with the running shoes as well, like you can go in there and get like custom fit
Yep.
for like, say you're flat footed or you got an arc or
Oh, dude,
they'll like shape you up a sole for your feet. Like
dude,
it's awesome. And
it's a big deal. They like scan, like certain running stores will scan your feet and
yeah, with the technology they got now, bro, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Dude,
Like and back then, I think they would just like kind of like this was like 2015, 2014, like when dad was getting into running and stuff like that. But I would go into the running stores with him, and I'm pretty sure that they would just put your foot in like some sole and kind of like mash it. And then that way you have an imprint. But now, like you said, like they're scanning your foot now. Like,
Yeah,
like
dude,
bro, it's crazy.
They have like treadmills that will video basically when you're running, so they can see whether or not you're pronating or supinating when you're running. Because dude, there's different shoes for literally everyone.
Everybody, yeah, no, absolutely.
So you
especially
have
like
to,
your foot.
yeah, you have to be super specific with it, because if not, dude, you're gonna suck. And
No, yeah.
and I know there's gonna be some purist out there that hears me say this, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I can just throw on whatever shoes and run 100 miles," you know. And some people might be able to do that.
Yeah, some are just born
But
different. I ain't gonna
dude,
lie.
I can't. Bro.
No, yeah.
Like,
I don't think I mean, ever, not once in my life has I was like, you know, I'm gonna be good at running. Like, even though like I would run during junior high,
dude,
like, you know, just like the coaches would make us run and stuff, bro. But when we would do long distance, man, it was almost like bro, like I could never pace myself to where I would never have like side stitches or like anything like that. So I just gave up on the long distance stuff.
yeah,
And I was like,
it's different once you're an adult and you can actually like learn about, which
comprehend like
I
what's
mean,
going on.
You
and
know
stuff.
me, like how you are with shoes is how I am with fitness, right? So once I'm in on something, bro,
You're dialed in. Yeah.
I'm dialed
No,
in.
yeah.
And so I'm watching hours and hours of YouTube videos, and you know, even reading stuff online on how you should set up your training plan and how you should eat and how you should, you know, fuel your performance. And so that was one of the things. That's how I initially started learning
How to run,
which
and
shoes I
what
needed,
not to
like
do.
how to pace yourself. Because dude,
Yeah.
it's a knee jerk reaction as a human to like just try and run as fast as you can out the gate.
Right.
And something that I learned, and like my runners that are going to listen to this will know, like it's a huge thing is your heart rate, right? Your heart can only keep on going, you know, at certain rates for so long, right? So you have what's called heart rate zones, and the ideal one is zone 2. For me, that was like anywhere from 130 beats per minute to like 145. Dude, in zone 2, I could run forever. As long as I had fuel in me.
So how do you know, like, I mean, I know you said there's like zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. So like as a runner or anybody that does this type of like bodybuilding or anything like that, like how do you know where you're, or like, is that something that your watch just tells you?
Yeah,
or
so
is that
your watch will have like a calculated zone. So your heart rate zones are based off your age, and I think it's honestly only based off your age. And so the older you are, the different your zones will be, because you have a max heart rate, like max safe heart rate, that you can be in. And if you go above that, it's detrimental, you know. So that would be zone 6 or zone 5, depending on who you're, you know, listening to. And so that zone 2, that's essentially like, that's nothing. That's brisk, right?
Barely.
And so the majority of your training, you stay in that zone 2 so that you're building the road. Think of it that way, right? When you're in zone 2, you're paving the path, right? So once you have that path, then you start doing your fucking speed runs and stuff like that, so you can run fast
your body
as
like
hell. So like I was saying, once you've built the road, right, you can start doing your speed runs, and then you're able to run at a faster pace for longer than you were before.
Durations, yeah.
Right? And the thing about running that is just like with any other fitness type thing is it takes time, bro.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
bro.
dude, you think that or you would think that you can just like out the gate, like, oh dude, I'm gonna go run 5 miles.
Or run a 6-minute mile.
Yeah.
Or just, you know, not being a runner.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just not
that's
gonna,
that's like how I used to think. Like I would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just get out here and run like a 6-minute mile. Like,
dude, in high school I was running sub 6.
yeah,
right?
and that's insane.
And I was flying.
That's insane.
And that's with no like training.
Yeah, at
Like,
all.
that
Just
was
a young body just going.
Yeah, and I was also like 60 pounds lighter
than you are now. Yeah,
and,
which is a difference for sure. But
dude, yeah, it's really humbling. Like, the thing about running, and dude, I would do it with no headphones, bro.
You'll go run with no headphones?
Yeah, because you would I like to listen to like good music, and then what'll happen is you'll get affected by the music that you're listening to. I'll actually tell a story about this here in a second, but without music, dude, you're just sitting there and you're forced to suffer with, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. I've actually been very silent lately, and it's just like silence is good sometimes.
Yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
not always a bad thing. And especially like being out in the nature. Like if you go run in the nature or you just go run like
Oh, dude, my path
it's
that I would run over here. So I'm sure on your drive here you saw it's like kind of country over here.
yeah, well like towards this side, yeah.
Yeah,
Like like once
nothing
you
like
get out the city.
yeah, nothing like what we grew up in, but
No.
or more specifically what you grew up
Yeah.
in. But so back behind my house over here, there's another road. I'm not gonna leak where I live, but and there's a farm with like cattle and
Down
stuff.
here.
So like, dude, it's like 6:30 in the morning, and like
Sun's
I was
coming up.
yeah, I was training primarily in the fall, so like it's brisk. You got cattle, like dude, you have all these things that are just like so sick
Yeah.
around you. But back to that like story that I was gonna tell
About the music. Yeah.
yeah, so I used to when I started, I would run with music, and what would happen is, dude, my dog is climbing into my camera backpack right now. Y'all, y'all can't see him, but he's posted up in there. Sit down, babe. Sit. And so I would run with music, and what would happen is like, dude, when a good song would come on my playlist, I start hauling ass,
Yeah.
and then I burn out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so,
You're like,
dude,
hell yeah.
we had went to Austin to meet up with some friends because that was another thing too. Like, running has a huge community, right?
It does, bro.
And so does any aspect of fitness. But I'll say this right now: like, there is no better interconnected group than
Than
runners,
running.
bro.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Dude.
I
Anyways,
just like it. You know, I like stuff like that because I feel like nobody's competing against one another, and it's all a team thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's like everybody's pushing each other to be better. Nobody's like all speeds and all. You know, everybody's welcome.
yeah,
and that's what
the saying that they use, not to cut you off,
No,
is
you're
like
fine.
they'll be like, your race, your pace.
Right.
Right, like no one is beating you down for
No,
for
no,
being
absolutely.
slow.
Like, hey, if you run a 10-minute mile, if you run a 5-minute mile or a 5-minute mile, come out and support or come join the group or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of cool that we got on the running subject because one of the good buddies of mine back in Orange is actually he started like an Orange run club the other day, and I had been telling Mom, I was like, I need to go, get out there and just participate and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah.
good for the community to see, like, hey, one person sees, oh yeah, this dude's running. I mean, I can get out there and run, and then it's just like it's like a ladder. It's like
It's a chain reaction.
yeah, it is. It truly is, and
Yeah.
like stuff like that, like you said, it's just good for the community. Everybody comes together. I mean, you never know what might even come out of running.
Yeah.
You might have something better that comes out of
Yeah, exactly. And so we had went to Austin to do my first, because I was on a training block for my half marathon.
Right.
And for my first 5 mile run, I was like, dude, I want to go do it in Austin with my friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Nature and stuff.
Dude, this is when I didn't know what kind of shoes to wear. Right. Like me just being like tough minded and whatever, I can just push myself wherever.
Yeah.
Right. Until
Yeah.
my body gives up.
Yeah. Right.
So we go out to Austin and we're at Zilker Park. You ever been to ACL?
No, but definitely have wanted to before, but I
Dude,
never
I'm
kind of
gonna
like
go.
pulled the trigger.
I'm gonna go this
We
year.
should go.
Dude.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what's up, bro. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a good time
And
wherever we
so,
go.
Zilker Park, that's where ACL is. I
Is
believe.
it there? Like, is that so you think they have a contract at Zilker?
Well, that's just where I would imagine.
Like, yeah, like for every year, because I don't know if it's the same place every year, but if you look
ACL,
into it,
I'm pretty sure it's
yeah,
there.
that's crazy.
Well, anyways, so they have this like loop, right?
Yeah,
and the loop
Zilker.
is just over like, and it's like a road. It's just over a mile. Like I want to say it's like 1.25 miles, each loop, right? So we're doing our like 5 mile run, and this is why I had just come straight off my bodybuilding prep, so I'm still lean and mean. Like I can, like my easy runs were at like a 9-minute pace, which isn't super crazy, but
No, yeah, but I mean,
I'm
you're cruising.
I'm cruising faster than all my friends.
Yeah, you're cruising.
Dude, by mile 3, my left foot was asleep, bro. So I ran for 2 miles with a
Asleep.
gimp foot, dude. And I was like, I gotta finish.
Just like not feeling it or what? Like,
dude, no,
you
it
couldn't
was
feel
completely dead.
How is that?
I don't know. And
just-
it had to do with my shoes.
Right.
Because you're supposed to wear a size to a size and a half bigger because your feet
Let your feet breathe.
they'll swell when you
Right.
run.
Okay,
And
okay,
so,
I
dude,
see.
I'm wearing a size 10, which is like my normal
That makes sense.
shoe. And dude, my feet were killing. But
So did you upgrade? Have you upgraded to a 10.5 now?
yeah, I rock a 10.5 and
Yeah.
it's perfect. But
Straight up.
so the reason I brought that up is because, dude, on my last mile, they're like the straightaway to finish it. Some like Motley Crue came on, and I was fucking
Hauling
cooking, bro.
ass.
I ran like a sub 8 mile on my last one, and
Finish strong.
yeah, dude, and I wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be an easy run.
Yeah. Just
And
pacing yourself, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like just getting out there.
And so the more that I got into it, the more I started to listen to my plan more, and that's when I like gave up my headphones so that I could really focus on my breathing,
Just everything.
my heart rate, yeah,
Like you
'cause,
said,
dude,
with no outside noise and anything like that, and like nothing like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, music or anything that's just constant, like
dude, and it's dangerous.
it is, especially as a runner, because like you might be crossing the road, you not hear a honk, boom,
Dude, if
you're
you're
dead.
not,
Or,
yeah, if you're not running at a track or something where like you're not gonna get hit by a car, like, dude,
it can be dangerous, and it is, especially like, I mean, I can understand like running in a neighborhood like this, but if you get out there on like a main street or whatever, which like a lot of people do.
When you start getting into like the high mileage runs, you have no choice, bro. You ain't gonna run around your neighborhood. You're
You need to change the scenery. You know what I mean?
dude,
Like you don't want to
find
look at grass and cattle every day, but when you're running, but like every once in a while, go get a different scenery and stuff like that.
that's why, dude. Memorial Park in Houston, it's a 3-mile loop, dude. That's my favorite.
Really?
It's
Is
gravel.
it downtown?
No, it's in Memorial.
Oh yeah. Memorial's close to downtown, right?
Pretty close. Not like super close, but it's in Houston.
Probably about 20, 25 from downtown.
15.
Oh yeah.
And dude, that loop is just perfect. 3-mile loop, and
it's just a park like from trees and
it's
flowers
beautiful.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they
bring your pets and stuff.
Yeah, people have dogs that they're walking, and dude, they just put in an actual track.
Yeah.
There, which is dope too. They take care of it big time. That is my all-time favorite place to run, and it took me a while to warm up to it because I like running on the road.
Yeah, I do like running on the road, like if I ever do.
And Memorial is gravel, so like at first, dude, you don't think there's a huge difference, but like, dude, when you go from running hard concrete to fucking gravel, it's real soft, so it feels different on your feet. And I mean, like these little things don't make that big of a difference, but it took me a while to get used to. But
no, it'll make a difference, especially like when you start like dissecting it piece by piece. Like, oh yeah, like,
dude. And when you're someone like me, I'm pretty competitive. So like, you see people out there that are like way better runners than me, because Houston doesn't have a huge running community, but it has it
has enough. I guarantee it,
dude. And there's some beasts, bro.
Oh, I can only believe. I can only imagine. Like,
thing that I've ever witnessed is like, it's like summertime, bro. The first time I ever went there, and I had a 5-mile run, and dude, this guy in full sweats
in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer, bro. Houston heat just flies past
Houston
me.
heat is bad, bro.
Yeah, it's humid, so like
it's awful,
dude. And that's something that I'm like, man, me and the heat are not friends.
Do you think that other people that are not from Texas or just anywhere in the South, do you think in the US, do you think that they like realize how hot it is down here? Like, or do they just like hear about it?
I think it's something that you have to experience. Because dude, like if you go to LA, and you go to the Valley, so like I went to LA right after I graduated high school.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, and you go to the Valley, it's hot as hell there because it's a desert, but it's not humid. So like, dude,
it feels so good.
It didn't suck.
No,
you know?
dude, I ain't gonna. That's one thing about like when I went to Los Angeles, dude. The weather was immaculate.
Well, you got that ocean breeze, bro.
That too, and then like, bro, it didn't even get hotter. I mean, I went during the summer and during the winter before, and it was like, bro, I feel like it was like 65, sunny. And then maybe like during the summer, it was like 79, 78 with a breeze.
That's how they reel you in.
And then it's like $3,000, $4,000 apartments a month, and you're paying.
It's a shithole, dude.
Yeah. I mean, literally, whenever I was walking downtown, I mean, we went and checked out pretty much everything you can check out in Los Angeles, just in a couple, 2-3 days, real quick, just kind of scope the scene. But bro, walking downtown and stuff like that, like it literally smells like piss and shit.
Dude,
like,
there's bums everywhere.
It's bad, bro. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong, downtown Houston has bums, but like
absolutely, and the homeless
downtown Houston isn't the place that if you're like a real Houstonian, you don't hang out in downtown Houston.
You do not hang out in downtown.
You're hanging out in the Heights, or you're hanging out in Montrose.
Absolutely, you might pop up downtown every once in a while, but you ain't hanging down there
for like a baseball game or a basketball game. But like, dude, downtown LA, that's where everything is.
Absolutely. No, dude, it smelled so bad. I don't know if you like vividly remember, but like, dude, it smelled like awful, dog. Like I'm talking like I literally, like my homeboy was like, yeah, it smells like piss, and I was like, all right, well, like I didn't expect you know, I know I believed him, but I didn't
Yeah.
expect that. And I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's
way they
ridiculous.
handle their homeless is a whole lot different than
Yeah, he showed me like the Skid Row stuff, and like
Oh,
whenever I was
dude.
like actually like just hearing about it, you know, and
Skid Row
brother,
is
I mean, like
wild.
it's
They have,
crazy. It's like
like-
these homeless took these tents and stacked like stacked tents on top of tents on top of tents on top of tents. Now they have like a whole hotel that's made out of tents, bro. It's crazy.
Dude,
like I swear, bro, I've never seen nothing like that. And I try to tell everybody like,
Do you
because
think
they'll be like in like people in Houston will be like, no, the homeless is out here is bad, bro. Like I'm
hell
like, dude,
no, dude.
no way, dude. Like,
I
have you
will
seen that?
I will say,
It's
dude,
crazy.
the homeless in Austin, bro.
Like some zombies for sure.
Bro, those are the aggressive homeless.
They're just like they're definitely they're almost Austin is almost up there with LA. For sure.
I think it definitely
It's
is.
and then with the amount of I guess you say how fast it's growing, the Austin, the homeless is only
it's
going like
fucking LA 2.0, bro.
yeah, and if they don't hurry up and do something about it, then everybody's
Yeah.
gonna be like, well, where are we going now? Because like the thing is like 2 years ago, move to Austin, move to Austin, move to Austin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Move to Texas. Now it's like
Keep
like-
your ass where you are.
yeah, no kidding.
Dude,
Like,
not to like interrupt this conversation, but I have these
No.
new lights because the lighting in here has been kind of shitty before. So that was one of the upgrades that I did.
just a couple days ago.
Yeah, but dude, these motherfuckers are hot, bro. I am sweating.
Oh yeah, you're sweating.
I'm sweating my ass off.
I'm not. I don't think I'm sweating yet, but I sweat easy, but like not that easy. Like I have to be moving around. I feel like I will sweat in the bed, but that's it. Like
Dude, yeah, I get night sweats sometimes.
I do all the time. Like I just sometimes I have trouble sleeping. Like really, like I'll just wake up out of nowhere, bro, with like these cold sweats. I'll be like, bro, what?
Bro, you
I'll have to like yank the covers off.
You
just
might be
like,
dying,
chilling,
bro.
Just chill for like 5 minutes and cool off, and then I'm back to sleep, like getting that other 5 hours of rest or whatever it may be. But yeah, I'm not too hot, bro. I didn't notice a difference, but
Nah,
so what kind of lighting did you have a light set up before? You just
No,
kind of was
dude,
going
so-
off the bulb.
So I was just rocking with the bulb, and dude, I was having issues with my autofocus, which, mind you, I listened to all of you when you told me things were wrong with the podcast video. So we made a few upgrades as far as the soft lights that are behind the camera, so y'all can't see them. What else did I do? Right now, I think the soft lights are the main thing that I
That you upgraded like here
yeah.
recently, yeah, dude.
yeah.
So as far as like the podcast and stuff going, I mean, I know you said earlier that you did not have like the expectations of just like it going how it has been.
Dude, I'm blown away.
Yeah.
And the support that I'm getting is crazy, dude. Like
it makes you feel good, and
Yeah.
it makes you feel like more motivated to go and keep pushing whenever
Yeah.
like you have, and you can feel it like when people are like behind you and
Well,
stuff
the-
like that.
the
Like it's
thing
not
is-
like you're having a guess or anything. Like these people are like actually watching your videos, and like you said just now, like your audience is like tuning in and being like, hey, your audio might be a little bit off. Just they're not even
Yeah.
being rude. They're just like real spill, just trying to help you out.
Yeah, they want to help me. And dude, the craziest thing, which I know I try and avoid religion on here because it's kind of a like a touchy thing, but
it's
like,
just something that
yeah, but dude, I'm a Christian. I pray, stuff like that, and
Absolutely.
I had been having some things going on
100%.
behind the scenes, and I was kind of just praying, and I was like, man, God, just like show me a sign, please. And that was a continuous prayer for probably a couple weeks or whatever, and finally, dude, just out of nowhere, I had just cranked up the podcast or whatever, dude. People that I hadn't spoken with or like I don't regularly speak with were like texting me out of nowhere, like,
hey, let's get on.
yeah,
I remember.
Or they were like, dude, I love your podcast, like,
Yeah,
all this,
not
and
straight
and
up.
I
Like
was
you haven't heard from them in forever.
yeah,
Like
and-
high school people, junior high people, like stuff
yeah,
like that.
dude, and that to me, I was like, whoa. I remember I got like.
Like the love is real.
Yeah.
Like that's when you feel it, and it's
Yeah.
like, and that like I was saying a while ago, that's like the stuff that made me keep going, just because like I had gotten into shoes, and then like, just being able to put a smile on somebody else's face is just awesome. Like same thing with you, bro. You might bring in the guests, and they had been wanting to get on here forever, and then
Dude,
what I'm
the
saying?
thing about it is it's fun.
It
And-
is.
and
It's fun. Like
and
we're
it's-
just sitting there, we're vibing and we're chilling. Like we're
Yeah.
blood, and so like we ain't sitting here under pressure or sitting there. We got something to talk about, like that's like a topic or whatever.
Yeah,
We're just,
there's no pressing
yeah,
topics, but
absolutely.
and I enjoy it. Like I've said it on several podcasts now. This is definitely my favorite form of social media, that I get to, give you guys some long form content of, what's going on
In
my
everybody's life
in
or
my
whatever.
head.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it felt like that was God speaking to me for a little bit, and it was really really cool because I remember I got that text, and then I get a text from someone else, and then I get a call from someone else, and I'm like, whoa! And they're all talking about the podcast,
Podcast, yeah.
not necessarily asking me to be on, but like, dude, they're like, man, I listened to your
Support.
podcast.
The
I
support
really
and
love,
love, yeah, bro.
and I was like, dude, that's
It's
a sign.
awesome, bro.
Yeah,
It's a good feeling, bro. Like, it's like top tier. Like, it's like one of the best feelings to know that like you do have that support and that you do have people like behind you that are like tuned into what you're doing, because it's cool like to see that they're taking time out of their day to
dude,
you know.
especially like, dude, these are hour and a half podcasts.
Exactly, bro.
man.
So like, I mean, and me and you are both just as normal as anybody else. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, everybody has family and
yeah,
some with wives and kids and stuff like that. So not everybody's gonna have that free time to just get on there and podcast it up. But for the ones that do, that's like that.
yeah,
good
dude. The
feeling.
fact that any of you guys that are watching this, like, even if you made it to this point in the podcast, like, dude, like, I appreciate you big
Nah,
time.
yeah.
But man, how you feel about this Kendrick and Drake beef, man?
I had a feeling that you was gonna ask me about that at some point, but we haven't spoken and touched base on it yet. But I got love. I've been, man, we've been listening. I mean, me and you are about the same age. We have been listening to Drake since, I know for a fact
Bro, I
I've
was
been listening
listening-
to Drake for probably since every bit of 08, 09.
Yeah,
I mean, I
dude,
would come home on the
I
computer.
wasn't even listening, or I wasn't even living in Houston yet, and I was already listening to Drake. So
Yeah.
that was like
That was that was like 2013, 2014 when you moved out here, huh?
2012.
2012,
So
yeah.
like, dude, long time.
Yeah,
man.
I remember, man, I remember listening to Drake, like, man, I would come home, like I said earlier, like I grew up as a single mom. I would get dropped off the bus, and mom had this computer, and it was kind of set up just at her desk. She would get on there and diddle with. And so, like, I would get home, and she had these little speakers, and I was like, bro, I was like,
Crank them motherfuckers.
I was like third, fourth grade, bro. Come home, over. Type in, bro, just, yeah, or whatever, bro. There's so many Drake classics out there, and just, I think that it's a publicity stunt. It's just for money. It's just for views. It's just for everybody. Because if you think about it, I mean, Drake and Kendrick and just about everybody that's in the music industry, I mean, they've done music together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And so they
how are they gonna
know-
beef?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and back in the music industry, like, I don't know if it's truly like, oh yeah, I want to see everybody win. Like we were talking about with the running thing,
Mhm.
but
Nah, dude, those guys
like in
are
the rap
selfish.
sense, yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, this dude's dropping a hot ass album. Like, I'm fixing to double up or double back on his ass. Like,
What I thought was crazy, and dude, you're not wrong about the publicity thing, because
I think,
dude,
yeah.
Kendrick's monthly listeners blew
blew
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
And what's crazy is, like, I don't even understand how Kendrick didn't even have the volume of listeners that he, now has after the beef or whatever. Like, if it's that much of a drastic change, like, in listening.
this is, so my buddy Will that was on the previous episode.
Yeah, watched a little clip of that on Instagram.
He
That's shit.
he is a big Kendrick fan.
Yeah,
he-
like diehard type,
In his
like-
eyes, Kendrick's the GOAT, bro. Which
He's definitely lyrically
the GOAT.
the GOAT. Yeah, I mean, or you can say,
But the thing
Eminem.
about Kendrick is like, yeah, he's great, but he's still kind of like low key, right? Like, not everyone.
yeah, he's not like Drake. He's not gonna pop out and like, I don't know. He's just a little bit different. Everybody that does hang out or at least like listen to Kendrick and
Like-
in the music industry,
So
they
like
know that
everyone
he's low-key.
knows who Kendrick is, but I think it took this thing to
Kinda-
this beef to like make people like
like
listen to
establish him.
yeah, dude.
yeah.
Because if you
Which-
listen to like Good Kid, Mad City, or even like Section 80, like
Dude, those were like,
bangers.
yeah,
and that's
that's
like
like
2012, bro. Like,
yeah, I was listening to Kendrick back then, and then even now, bro. Like, I think riding on the way over here, I listened to "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe,"
yeah,
and that's
dude, that's a
it's
banger.
like just a classic. And I was reading. What's funny about that is I was reading the other day on Twitter, and I think it was just some of my mutuals that were chopping it up on like a
Yeah.
thread or whatever. But some girl had commented, and I mean, whatever. Everybody's got their own opinion, but some girl had said on there, it was like something about Kendrick not being like, or not having any classics or
She
whatever.
lost
And
her
I was
damn
just like,
mind, dude.
Like, I mean, how long you got to be in the game to have some classics? Because, like, I mean, I definitely know that Drake has an enormous amount, but like, bro, hey,
Dude,
we're gonna sit here and
Drake is like the George Strait of rap, bro.
But dead, yeah,
He
dead
just
serious, bro.
makes hits.
No, dead serious. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And he's been like that. Like, you know, him and Lil Wayne have been, they've been going crazy since 04.
I feel like, I mean, like the older I've gotten though, like I really don't listen to hip hop that much.
I mean, I don't listen to it as much anymore, but like the new trending stuff, I'll go give it a listen.
Dude,
and if I don't like it, then
never, bro. Like these new artists are ass. Like
Yeah.
my friends love Yeet. They love
bro,
like
I ain't gonna lie, Yeet is dope, bro.
no,
You need to
Yeet
give it a shot.
sucks.
Nah,
Yeet
bro.
is trash.
You're tripping. I went to his concert in Houston at the House of Blues, and dude, it's
Well,
lit.
the thing about it is like, don't get me wrong, like
In-person experience definitely gonna be
his
different.
beats, his dude, performance like any
performance,
most
yeah.
artists are gonna have kick-ass performances,
Right.
But dude, these artists. Just,
I'm not gonna sit here and say he's like, oh, he's just like killing the game
Well,
and
what I'm
whatnot.
saying is
But
like,
he
no
is.
one's gonna be listening to Yeet in 20 years.
No,
I guarantee people are.
It's
listening
just
to
the
Drake.
trend right now, and which is props to him and props to people that are catching on to the like, oh, that's a trend right now. Let me get into it and let me start like making that type of music because
Yeah.
they're just like they're milking it.
I mean,
you know
look-
what I mean? Like there's kids out here that get into their room and like put on play Call of Duty for 12 hours a day and just run Yeet while they're playing. Like,
Dude,
and just be cracked out off a Mountain Dew.
Dude, that's brain rot personified.
No, yeah.
But dude, yeah. I mean, think of it in the same sense as like the rappers that were popping when we were in high school. Like, dude, don't nobody listen to Lil Pump no more.
Yeah, like he's
Bro,
definitely
don't
like
nobody
a.
listen to Trippie Redd anymore.
I can't say the same,
And-
bro.
and
I
if
listen
you-
to Trippie Redd, dude.
If you do, you're listening to old Trippie Redd.
Yeah, it's definitely old.
That's
like
what
the
I'm
like the,
saying.
like you just said a while ago. Like Yeet, he's not. It's not that he's good, but he did have like there was like one or two albums that I really liked, Mom, and that's really like why I got
love
into it. And it was different. It was different. Like it was truly different. Like he does have a couple good stuff. I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, I'm just listening to like his whole album front to back. Like that's not what I do.
Dude.
But some of his stuff is just cool. Like definitely gym type of music. Like if you are into, I don't know if you like just like get in there and headbang to like the
No.
metal type stuff.
That's
I mean that's
me.
what I do as well. I mean
I gotta have
if I
someone
get mad,
screaming in my ear, bro.
No, absolutely, I agree. Sometimes like every once in a while, I just need that like I don't know, maybe like a little bit of swagger in the gym type thing. Like
dude,
that.
I can't listen to hip hop in the gym, bro. I used to like
It would be like more rap
when I was
type thing.
Yeah, when I was coming up, I would listen to rap a lot, but like, dude,
As you got more and more intensified in the workout and stuff, it
dude,
just takes
you
that.
need like
it needs that breaking Benjamin to come in there
Yeah.
and swell you up past the 90s.
Dude, no, I'm way past that. I'm on like screamo and shit.
No, yeah, I could never do it, bro. The screamo stuff is like,
See, that's what I used to say the same thing because back when I was in high school and I was in like football shape,
yeah,
there was a guy at the Snap Fitness that ran a CrossFit class named Baron. This badass motherfucker, dude. He had this big ass beard and he was jacked. And he would like in the CrossFit box, he would like play screamo. And I remember being like, dude, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get into this. But the older I've gotten, the more that I'm like,
notice that you kind of might
dude,
like it.
no,
Yeah,
dude, I love.
I'm
that
not
shit.
gonna lie. I guess sit here and say I won't listen to it or whatever because there's just a couple times like you know how if you're just like
Well, it's
letting-
different. It's not something that you just like drive. and
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah, just be
listen to.
headbanging down the road like yeah,
No, I think it has a time and a place, but
absolutely.
dude, yeah, when
just
you
like
need,
everything.
when you need to crank out a few extra reps, bro, and you
Put
got
on that headbanging.
yeah, you got someone screaming in your ear. It's.
I will
great.
agree on that. Whenever you get that intensity like through an earphone or something like that,
Yeah.
like you're definitely gonna be like, all right, we're woke.
Yeah,
But yeah, I listen to a little bit of everything, like especially like in the gym. Like I do majority like rock and roll or whatever. You
Yeah.
can do some headbanging, whatever you want
so
to call it. But,
I know you were on a little lifting kick a few months ago. Are you still been hitting the gym? Or you?
I just got back into it about like 2.5 weeks ago. I kind of just go on these spurts where I'll get in there and just like be like super dialed in for like 2 or 3 months and, you know, start seeing progress and be like, oh yeah, I'm stacking on a few pounds and just whatever and eating right and clean and just like actually start to see what your body can do. And then like something like will pop back up in my life or or it can take place in my life for a couple months, and then it just throws my mind off of the gym, which like everybody can make time for the gym, but it's just like,
Yeah, there's 24 hours in a day.
for
bro.
sure. And that's just like on my behalf
Well,
of
at
me
least
not
at
making
least you
time for it.
acknowledge it. Like, dude,
Oh yeah, I mean,
have
I could have
homies-
already been in there still, like, or still been in there from the previous 3 or 4 months that I did go in a row, and then like something came back in my life, and so I was like, all right, well, you know, and then that's just me feeling like I gotta, you know,
Yeah.
and it's not like that, bro. Everybody got their own life and their own hobbies. Like the gym for me, as well as you, is just like somewhere where like I can go and honestly just forget about everything and just push the pounds.
Playing some iron. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing.
It's always
I'm not
there.
like big into like,
So,
and then
with you, not to cut you off.
No, you're
but
good.
like, you're obviously not a bodybuilder or anything like me. Like, you're more of like just a regular.
yeah,
person.
no, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely not a regular person, but like
No,
a
yeah, I get what you-
regular gym goer.
Yeah.
Like, what's your ideal physique? Like, obviously, you're not like me, like trying to be 200 plus pounds.
No,
to-
yeah, honestly, like my ideal physique. I mean, like right now, I'm like, I don't even know, to be honest, how tall I am, or honestly, like the weight.
You're
Like I
every
said,
bit of
I'm at like I'm at like 160, like 5'10 and a half, 5'11, like on a good day. Maybe like sneak on some boots. Maybe I might get 6'1".
Yeah.
But yeah, don't tell nobody. But nah, really like I probably want to sit at around like 185, 190 and just be like solid. But like I got a long way to go because like first is like the discipline thing is like not the hard thing for me. It's just like because I can dial in and just like eat lean and clean and
Because I know you like to eat.
yeah, I love to eat, brother. You know that. But it's hard. It's hard stuff. And like I remember when you was doing the plans and stuff like that, and I had came through for the plan. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was trying to stuff myself like for like 2 months with like 3,500, $4,000 worth of calories every day.
Yeah.
And bro, it's just like it's hard. And like
that's
then
the
again,
hardest
like
part of it.
then again, it's gonna be hard for like anybody to do that.
Diet,
So like
diet. Some people say it's 90%. Some people say it's 95%. But dude, it is the majority of the
yeah,
the
workload.
And there's something that I learned just through years of experience is like you're not gonna outwork a shitty diet, bro.
Oh no, yeah, you get
can
in what you put
train-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, you can train as hard as you want, but if you eat like shit, bro, you're gonna look like shit.
Right. I completely agree. I mean, if you're out there eating, thinking that you're gonna go to the gym and then stack a couple hot and spices after the gym and then just do it every day and then think that you're gonna get to where that point that you're
So
trying to get to.
when you're bulking, and for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's like when you're trying to put on the most amount of mass in over whatever period of time, whether it's a long bulk or a short bulk or whatever. When you're bulking, you can kind of get away with it.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Because you're training like a fucking animal.
No, really.
Now, if you're half-ass training and then you're eating like shit,
It's not gonna add up.
dude,
You gotta make it make sense.
You're just gonna be skinny fat. Like
no, yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I don't eat the most clean diet.
Me
ever,
neither, bro.
But like, dude,
I slack too much.
my
Like,
buddy.
but I mean, me and you we're bloodline, like somewhere in there. So we're like we're lean already. Like
Yeah, I
dog,
was
even
gonna
if
say-
you wasn't in the gym, like
Dude,
dog,
if
you
I-
were lean.
If I stop working out, I'll just get real skinny.
Me too. And that's like I'm skinny. Like every time that I do stop working out, I lose like I'll lose 10 pounds. Like just over the past like 2 months, I think I've been out the gym like 2 months. And like previously I said I was in there for like 3 or 4 months. And during that 3 or 4 month span, I think I put on I was like 169. And like the other day I stepped on the scale and that was when I noticed I was like, I haven't been in the gym in forever. And I was like 156. And I was like, bro, what?
Bro, me at 156, I'm shredded.
Dog, yeah, no, yeah. You've been, dude. I didn't even like. Bro,
I think
remember
that's so like the leanest I got this last prep. I think I got down to like 158.
Yeah, and you
But
were,
dude, when I was under one,
you were crazy looking, bro. Like I remember, like,
Dude.
dog. I was like, holy crap.
It's not fun though. Like my body, like
Didn't like it. Like you could tell your
hell
body was
no,
like
dude,
not
'cause
responding well.
it's not that it wasn't responding well. It's just like once you get that lean,
There's only a certain amount of like
dude,
so much
like,
more you can do.
Yeah,
Like you're already like.
so-
I mean, what do you think your body percent fat was there? Or body percent was that?
probably
7?
6 or 7%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you get under 10%, life just sucks.
I feel like if I was to get tested, I'm like 14.
Yeah,
14,
if you
15.
and you know what's crazy is you have a good grasp of what that was. Like some people, they're like
They
so
don't.
stupid.
No, yeah.
Like whenever DK Metcalf, remember he was like, "Oh man, I'm 3% body fat." Motherfucker, if you were 3% body fat, you would not be able to like train the
He
way.
wouldn't be on the field.
No, you would literally
He would be
die.
small.
Yeah,
He would be small. He's not. And this
Yeah.
dude, everybody's seen him. Y'all know who DK Metcalf is. This dude is
That is a
an Autobot.
monster.
Yeah, he is an Autobot.
That's a monster among
And
men.
kid you not, dude. Whenever we watched him run down that Buda Baker, I don't know if y'all will know about. I'm sure you've seen a clip of him. Like him
yeah.
running that dude down is ridiculous. Like
That
it's
is
like
one of
almost
the-
like a cheetah running down a giraffe or something, bro. It's
and
ridiculous.
it's crazy to see athletes like that because, dude, they did not have athletes like that back in the 80s.
Not at all. Not at all. That's why I sit there and I will go balls to the wall with somebody over the GOAT talk
I
on
know
like
it.
every single sport and stuff like that because like dude, the competition level has not you cannot have lived through the generation of Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and John Stockton and man the list goes on. But and then come to this era, and it's hard comparing eras. Era to era is hard, but you cannot come to this era and be like, okay, these guys aren't more skilled than those guys were, and the competition level
Dude, these
has
guys,
lowered rather than highered.
and I will die on this hill. These guys would smoke the guys from back then.
100%.
They would
100%.
bust
Like
their
just
ass.
the training has intensified. Nobody even knows if they would even make it. You know, like
Dude, the science, like, dude, these are literally monsters now.
yeah,
right?
like we're talking like these kids are like
that clip of Anthony Edwards where they go, "Do you think Jordan could have guarded you if you were back in his era?" And he kind of pauses for a second, looks at him, and goes, "Hell nah."
yeah, nah.
Dude, he would bust Jordan's ass. Dude.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, dude. Me and my buddy I've been working with a buddy of mine here lately, and
Game 7 in 2 days, bro.
Yeah, we're on the Wolves. We was on the Wolves before the series started, and I said Wolves. I said Wolves was gonna sweep them, and then they get up 2-0.
Hell no.
They get up 2-0, and I was telling everybody, like even people in my Instagram, like DM, like shoe group messages. I was like telling them like, hey, brother, get the brooms ready because it's about to get ugly. And then that was the night of Game 3. Denver won, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just zip mouth now.
Denver didn't just win; they busted their ass.
Yeah, they busted that ass.
But you gotta remember, they got Jokic, bro.
Yeah, the
That's
best player,
MVP.
That's the best player on the planet, for sure. And then you got, I mean, what's crazy, bro, about this series is that it's the best offensive team in the league versus the best defensive team in the league. So like, you really get to see some basketball, and like just
They're
like,
fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if you aren't a basketball fan, brother, you can stick your nose in a NBA playoff game, and I promise you can find some fun in watching it. It's just the intensity of it. I mean, and if you're there in person, the atmosphere is probably just insane.
Dude, what I think is so funny about Jokic is that motherfucker does not care.
Bro, I seen my buddy. Yeah, he does not care.
Dude, he like
last night I seen a meme. I didn't mean to cut you off,
No.
but like my buddy sent me a picture. Like we've been goofing over the past on this series, but he sent me a meme and it was Jokic just standing there after the loss they had last night. It was like, did you see that? It was like 115 to 70. It was like,
dude, he
is that
busted
50?
their ass.
Is that 55? Is that 55 points
So-
or 45? Bro, like the Nuggets just lost about 40 in the playoffs. Like I don't know.
Which is crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I mean,
it's Game 7.
I've been laying down a few bets, and every time I bet on Minnesota, they freaking lost.
Really?
Dude, it was pissing me off. So
Did you bet on Minnesota in the first round of the playoffs against the Suns? Because nobody expected the Wolves to sweep the Suns. Like, I mean, bro, I know you're not a big basketball guy, but the Suns have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, KD, and then we got some. They got some other guys on
That's
there.
what my
that are good.
dad and I were talking about on
I
the
mean,
podcast.
even Grayson Allen was on there, and then you got Chris Paul. Like, what is going on? And you can't compete with you're telling me you got 3 superstars you're paying, I mean, a workload of money, and you're not going to compete with
But dude, Anthony Edwards went off in that series, bro.
He is. He established dominance even well before that series, and that dude right there is every bit of insane. I mean, he's we haven't seen like you've seen what the
He's
internet
only
is
been in the league, what, 3-4 years?
Yeah, 3-4 years. Like he's 22, bro.
Yeah, he's
like
young
he came
as
into the
hell.
league at 18. I mean, just ridiculous. Like,
so almost 4 years.
yeah, I think he came in at 18. I want to say he was 18 when he came in. This
Dude,
might have been his fourth
he
year. I'd
is-
have to fact check myself. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Yeah, he is a monster.
Yeah.
And he's what got me to start watching basketball again. Like,
No, yeah, everybody's been saying like he's bringing basketball back and like bringing life back to basketball because, I mean, I don't know, just there for a while. Like sports is getting a little bit cheesy sometimes, like cornball status. Like you almost can predict sometimes like what happens. Like, oh, the series is 3-2. Now they're gonna tie the series up and send it to Game 7 for extra money or whatever it may be. I don't, people. If you're gonna be betting and you're gonna get into the betting, you're gonna have those thoughts too. Because I'll be fixing to jam up a bet and then I'll be like, yo, whoa. Like the other night, like Denver had won 3 games in a row after Minnesota had won 2. So I was hesitant to put my money on Minnesota. I was like, bro, they just lost 3 in a row. They're fixing to lose 4, and then they shit on them. Like Anthony Edwards just lets his kahunas hang and just. I mean, bro, he's tough,
dude.
Nobody in the league's gonna stop him, bro.
But the thing that I noticed about the Timberwolves, bro, is it looks like when you watch them play, at least those games that they lost, is like the only one who's playing his heart out is fucking Anthony Edwards, bro. Like,
that's the sad thing is because like, I mean, it really is gonna look extra bad because the tier gap between Anthony Edwards and the rest of his teammates is super like potent. Like,
yeah.
Like we're talking like Ant Edwards is tier 1.
Yeah.
And then the next closest guy,
Cat.
You can say Cat's tier 1, but he's not.
No, dude.
Cat has.
He used to be.
He does have a lot of potential. I don't think that they're using him or have ever used him to his full potential. I think he can be just as good as the rest of the big men in the league. Anthony Davis, Bam, anybody. I mean, he is good. He's very good, but
and he can shoot, bro.
He can shoot, and
I think that's what makes it dangerous.
That Timberwolves team can space the floor, and they're so big. Like everybody can score, everybody can shoot, but the Denver Nuggets can too, bro. You got Michael Porter Jr. Like he's like what is he 6'10" and can do everything, and like his wingspan, like he can guard, he can play, he can dunk the basketball. Then you got Aaron Gordon, a ridiculous freak athlete you got to deal with. Jamal Murray, who tore his ACL and still is just producing like a madman. Yeah. Like he's that Nugget squad. If they end up winning, I wouldn't be surprised again. But
well, shit, they just won last year.
Yeah, which is I didn't want to see them repeat. I don't want to see them repeat. I don't even think they're. I didn't think that they were gonna be good enough to repeat this year, but I could be wrong. We'll come back to this, and I'll eat my words, or I'll be talking my shit.
I'm just a real big fan of Anthony Edwards, so I mean I have some sort of bias towards there, but I want to see the young guy get it, bro.
No, yeah, absolutely. It would. I think that my prediction is gonna be I'm gonna say Minnesota and New York. Knicks.
You think the Knicks are gonna get it done, man?
I think the Knicks are gonna get it done. I've been betting on the Knicks like pretty often the past.
You made
like
some coin on the Knicks.
Yeah, bro. I rode the Knicks pretty hard this playoffs, and I rode them pretty hard against Philly. Mm-hmm. Like I'll jab at them. Like
it's Game 7 tonight.
Yeah. We might can put it on in a little bit and check out the rest of it.
Yeah.
So and but nah, dude. There's so much like
that Pacers team is good though.
They're deep, man. They can run. I mean, you got Tyrese, you got Miles, you got Pascal, you got McDermott that went out with injury for the season. But dude, I mean, they're gonna be filthy. You got TJ McDonald that comes in off the bench. He chirps. He's good.
He's a beast, white boy, dude.
Yeah, dude. He can ball, dog. I like that. Yeah. And then one of the reasons I like the Knicks, bro, is Dante, Josh, and Jalen. They were all at Villanova whenever you and your pops went and watched that.
Dude, I was gonna say that.
They were all there. So like, was that Villanova?
Nova and Gonzaga, dude.
I think they were either there or they were just about to be there. But all 3 of those guys were at the same squad at Villanova, and they won 2 nationals championships. I want to say. And
witnessing that. For any of you out there, if you've never seen that clip, go back and watch that. I think it was 2017 Final Four championship. Right. Dude, so they hit a 3-point, right, with like, 4 seconds or so.
Who was it, Duke? Were they playing Duke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, no, it's UNC, because Jordan was there.
UNC, that's right. UNC was it. It was UNC and Nova.
Dude.
Marcus Page Marcus Page, bro. I swear, Marcus Page went up for a 3-point. I know what you're talking about.
Dude, he
it was
drains a three, right?
he like double clutched it in midair off the wing. I remember like it was yesterday. And then
crazy, right?
I don't even think Villanova called a timeout.
No.
Villanova just inbounds the ball really quickly.
Buzzer beater wins the natty, dude.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous.
We all had
I remember.
these. I think my dad still has it at the house, but you had these seat covers that say like Final Four on them, Coca-Cola, whatever. Dude,
They were just throwing them over there
in the air. Dude, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Me and my dad are like, what the fuck? And we got those tickets on like a whim too. Like Final Four championship, just kind of pulled up and watched it.
That's wild, bro.
Dude,
like
it was so nuts.
I remember seeing y'all seeing y'all like on media with it, and I was like, yo,
I don't think I'll ever see a better sporting event, dude.
And I try to tell people like the intensity that comes with basketball because it's so fast paced. Like soccer,
it's like soccer, dude. I want to go. I want to go to Europe and watch a soccer match or a football match.
We should definitely go watch some soccer. Like some Manchester United would be dope. Yeah. I have a couple homeboys that we graduated with, and that got me into like FIFA after we graduated because I was always playing like Madden and
dude, FIFA
2K.
Was the shit.
But dude, once I hopped on FIFA, I immediately gave its respect to the best EA game that they ever made was FIFA.
So they have like super fans
on FIFA.
No, like for every team, like in real life.
Super fans.
Yeah, dude. They have like a special name for them, but dude.
So like, what are these? Like, these are just called like.
Dude, these are like diehard fans, bro. Like,
you gotta pay like money to be in the club.
No, they've just been fans forever. But like, dude, motherfuckers will fight you for saying like you don't like that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it gets real over there in like the other countries and stuff. Like the culture of it.
I need to experience that.
No, yeah, absolutely. Shoot, we should go catch. I think
dude,
they have
Dynamo games.
Yeah, Dynamo, and then over there in Austin, bro, Austin FC.
Austin FC.
We should go check one out.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get one to watch them play Inter Miami and go see Messi.
Yeah,
that would be live.
Yeah,
I think. What do you think about that? Like somebody going and dominating like that type of Messi, like he's dominated the the.
But
Euro,
has he? I mean, I haven't really kept
the La Liga, whatever, Spanish league, whatever you want to call it. Like he
Yeah.
dominated it for years, and then he just comes over here to the MLS. Like I don't know.
They do it for money, bro.
No, I get that. I mean, yeah, no. Who's the owner of Inter Miami? Is it David Beckham?
I think he's
that the coach?
He's like a co-owner or no, I think David Beckham owns. Here, let's double check.
But no, I've seen that, and like it's just crazy because like he's like thinking like, oh, well, let's bring Messi into Miami. We're fixing to blow out, like we're fixing to have blowout sales. We're gonna like win the MLS. I think they ended up winning the MLS thing with Messi last year.
Oh yeah, David Beckham is one of the owners. So yeah, it's a 3-way.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Like Beckham played against Messi. I don't know if he played.
Beckham played for Man U back in the day.
Yeah, with Ronaldo, I think.
No,
Ronaldo came in there
I don't know if Ronaldo ever played with Beckham because dude, Beckham was like either late 90s, early 2000s because it was like Spice Girls time.
Yeah, no, yeah. I remember all I used to remember was like.
But Ronaldo did play for
Man U. Yeah, absolutely. That's where he started at. I think it was like 02.
That's
03.
when he was fucking ugly as hell.
I want to say they really did play together for a couple years, but I could be wrong. Like I said, that'd be one of the things that I just fact check.
Bro got that. He got that money and got all that plastic surgery. Now he's a handsome man.
No, Cristiano.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
But
I didn't. No, I never even like looked into it or anything like that.
He
got some plastic surgery.
Bro,
and shit.
if you look up Ronaldo,
why would he get plastic surgery?
They all do that shit, bro.
For what though? Like
don't even veneers. Like I want to get veneers, but
the only reason I don't, bro, is just because some of that shit just like I'm all about the natural look and stuff like that. Like, and anything that takes away from that, it kind of like, not that veneers are, but whenever I do see some pairs of people's veneers and they're like overly sized, they don't fit their mouth, they just look goofy. Like,
yeah, they probably,
sometimes like it almost looks like you're looking at a blind right there, like a whole like I don't know. It's just like sometimes it looks like one piece.
Well, the thing about it is like, dude, you get what you pay for, bro.
Yeah, if you go and get some cheap ass like veneers, you're gonna be looking like
and people will they'll try and skimp, bro. And if you skimp, bro, you're gonna get some fucking shitty veneers.
Yeah, I know a few people that definitely have them, and I don't have anything against them. These people already had pretty teeth.
Bro, that's the thing that drives me nuts.
Like I like the idea of being like, oh yeah, one day I could possibly afford some crazy looking teeth, but at the same time you gotta like does it make sense? Like, hey,
Well,
I'm 35 years old, fixing to buy veneers. Like, and my teeth are okay. Do I need them?
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, they don't stain. Like,
that is one thing.
it's like for some people, it's an investment. Like, I think
It's an investment for sure.
Like,
Now,
I've always been, ever since I knocked my front teeth out, I've been
I remember when you did that, bro.
kind of insecure about my teeth. But,
yeah, absolutely. And like I said, like anybody that might like want it, like for sure, and your mind is made up, like,
bro, that shit is expensive though. Like,
yeah,
it's
like
a couple racks.
$10,000 if you want a good set, bro.
Dude, it's like a couple racks per tooth, bro, depending on where you go. They have a place.
Like we're probably talking like every bit of 10 to 15 G's
Oh,
for a
dude,
whole set.
probably 20, bro.
Yeah.
Like
a good set.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm talking like go in
So
there and
you
like
gotta
it's gonna
have
look
some
finesse.
bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
I don't think that's something that you can finance. Well, you probably can finance that.
you,
But if you're
you-
financing some teeth,
you can
bro,
finance anything, bro. Nowadays, like, bro, girls be like, I'm gonna put this on Afterpay. Like, it's $30. What are you doing?
Yeah,
You'll just pay
that's
it off.
crazy.
But
Like, dude, me with cards, like, bro, I pay my card off every time I get paid.
I can't stand like knowing that I owe somebody money. Like that's my biggest like pet peeve. Like if I owe somebody money,
That's a good mindset to have, though.
bro. If I owe somebody money, I won't be able to sleep or think about like what's going on. Like that's on my mind. Like I'm in debt. I'm in debt. Like for real. Like
Dude.
that's why I didn't even finance I didn't even finance a car. Like I just saved for so long because I did not want to be in debt to like paying off a car.
But, bro, you've had several whips. What about the Monte Carlo, bro?
Oh yeah, that was that one my mom. Yeah, that one was a classic for sure. And I think it's actually
You still whip the Monte Carlo?
Yeah, actually the other day I drove my sister to drop her off and tumble in it because my mom don't drive it as often as she probably should, and it kind of just sits up and we just look at it and shine it up every once in a while just to say it's pretty. But yeah, my mom she doesn't drive it as often, so I took it the other day, and like on a sunny day or something, it's just cool to like drive. It has got a sunroof, drop top, whatever you want to call it, and then you just.
So what had happened to your vehicle?
Bro, I was at somebody's house and we had went out the night before that, and I maybe had one drink, and I ended up driving us home, and the next morning we all wake up and we're just chatting it up in the room for like a couple minutes before everybody dips off and leaves, and this one girl was like, all right y'all, bye bye, and like see y'all later. And I was like, all right, you need me to move my car? And she was like almost like ignored the question and like acted like she was just like some like crazy driver was going to get around it. Well, like 2 minutes later, comes in the house, literally just I could see the look on her face.
She crunched your shit, bro.
What? Dog, she crunched it and she was like, it's just a little bit like just saying like, it's just a little bit, bro. I walk outside and it's like, I mean, just for instance, like it ended up being like $4,000 worth of damage. And
that's not a little bit,
yeah,
bro.
Insurance covered it and stuff like that. I ain't coming out of pocket for that. Otherwise,
yeah, but
me and her.
Did her insurance cover it, or
her insurance covered it.
I was gonna say, because
what's crazy about it is like whenever I called her insurance company, I ain't even trying to speak on this person's stuff, but it was just like they told me this. So like their insurance company said they were like looking up their policy and stuff, and they were like, wow, Mr. Frost, you really got lucky with this one. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? And they were like, well, it just looks to us that she just got insurance about 42 days ago. And I was like, no shit. Like, thank God, bro. Like, and bro, it's just simple stuff. Like, bro, like honestly, my car was literally parked. Like, we're talking like ass to ass or nose to ass.
Yeah.
And it was just like, just pay attention. Like, how do you not see my car whenever you walk out the house? And I don't know what you're doing whenever you're walking to your car and you don't see my white car. Oh, you're like, oh, it just blends in. Like, bro, it's not camouflage.
Common sense ain't common.
No, not so much anymore, bro. You gotta be careful with that shit. But yeah, bro, she came back in and was like, you're not gonna like me or not gonna like this. And I knew immediately. I was like, no fucking way, bro. And sure enough, I walk outside and I was just like, come on, man. Like, bro, are we serious? Like, because I feel like it's always one thing after another with my car, bro. Like, everybody that knows me or knows, like, or that has me on social
Didn't
media.
you hit a hog or something?
Yeah, bro. I bought the car. So keep in mind, I said I saved up for forever to go buy myself, like set myself up for a little bit of success. I thought I was doing, which I think it worked out in my favor anyways.
Yeah.
But went ahead and cashed the car out. That way I don't have a note.
Yeah.
And then literally like I bought it on February 5th and I had some red leather the red leather guts put in like a month later. This was like or March 3rd, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then literally April 1st. I hit a hog on the way home from a buddy of mine in Groves, and literally like on 73. Like you're from my area, so like you remember, you know where that is.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally right across from I think Total,
Mm-hmm.
and I was coming over one of those big bumps or humps, like over the overpass.
Mm-hmm.
And brother, I didn't even see it. I mean, it wasn't even foggy or anything. It was just like a big black blur. Like I'd never even seen it.
Smoked it.
And
Yeah.
then I thought I was toast, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like literally 2 months after I got it. I just had the worst car trouble, bro. So like it's always
Yeah.
something.
It
And whenever
happens.
that happened, I was just like completely like just over it, bro. Because I to be honest, I shouldn't even been there. But I was worrying about the wrong things at night and just like my mind wasn't in the right place.
Yeah.
So like here I am trying to be company with some people that I probably shouldn't have done with that night, but or been with that night, and then that happens the next day. So it's always like a sign, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Hey,
I don't know, like
shouldn't have been there.
stay the fuck away from them people.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
shit,
know,
We're coming to the end of this hour and a half. And something that I ask everyone at the end of the podcast is if you could leave someone with a message, and we only have about like 2 minutes left, so we gotta make it.
We gotta
quick.
hurry up.
We gotta make it quick. If you could leave someone with a message, whether it's happy, sad, funny, whatever, what would you leave them with?
Like just any message
Closing
in general
statement from Cole.
from Cole. It would definitely be a happy statement, but at the same time, it's like I always don't try to like sugarcoat anything. Like I'm gonna just tell it how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real deal, down to the field. Like it ain't.
So
I'm not ever gonna tell you a lie or anything.
What
like
would you
that.
say to him?
Anybody like man, just no, like limit your distractions is a good one. Just like off the top of my head, like limit your distractions. Like if you got goals and you got a little bit of ambition, because not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people have like.
Yeah, people float around.
Yeah, man, and I think that if you just dedicate yourself really hard, like we were talking about earlier at the gym or with the gym stuff, like if you just dedicate yourself for like that year straight, bro, like a lot of stuff can change for you in a year, and like maybe like somebody might be in the position I am right now, and I'm struggling with a few internal things and stuff like that, but. Just like I said just a second ago, like it can only take 6 months to change your life forever, or a year. So you just never know.
So just lock in.
Yeah, lock in and see what it comes from. I know that's a little short message, but
No, it is what it is. And Cole, I want to say thank you for coming out to Houston and being a guest. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys that stuck around this long on the podcast. And we'll catch you in the next one.